What is up, guys? 10vidman here, yet again, bringing you yet another exciting X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This is actually the second battle I'm narrating today, which is pretty impressive, I guess. But I'm pretty excited because it's a battle I just had recently today, so that's why I pretty much remember it fully. But looking from his team, he has 2 fairies, 2 steel types, Bisharp, which is so scary. It's amazing to me how dangerous Bisharp got this generation. But he also has an Entei, which is very interesting. Entei got a huge buff this generation. They gave it Sacred Fire, which is like, holy shit. But yeah, also Dragonite can be a problem if I don't, take care of that quick. But so my main goal, I've got to get Stealth Rocks up. He doesn't have a Defogger, well, he could have a Defogger in either Scizor or Togekiss. But I just have to be very careful, cautious, and hopefully just take control of the battle. So that's exactly what I try to do. And we'll go from there. So let's get this battle started. And screen is still dirty. I need to clean it. But yeah, this was a guy from my battling club. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel or not. But regardless, I'm going to lead off of my Heatran. And he's going to lead off of his Entei, which is pretty, scary, I guess. Now, he does not a threat to me unless he carries the Bulldoze, which is rare. But I'm just going to go straight for the Stealth Rocks because why not? I'm actually a Balloon, Tran, 2 attacks, and with Will-O-Wisp and Stealth Rock. It's a good set in my opinion. But he just goes for the Stone Edge, and I stay in because I think he's choice, but no. And I see how little Earth Power does. I'm like, he's Assault Vest. God damn it. And he goes for the Bulldoze and just knocks out my Heatran. So I'm off to a great start, and down goes my Heatran. Which is unfortunate because Heatran was definitely going to be a very nice thing to get rid of Togekiss and Sylveon, but that's one less thing I have now. As I now scare him away going into my Garchomp, and he thought that my own Scizor was Mega. Nope, surprise! I'm Mega Garchomp! And Mega Garchomp doesn't play around. Mega Garchomp's definitely one of the more underrated Megas. It just has so much power with its base 170 attack, base 120 special attack. I think it's base 170. Yeah, it is base 170. It basically has Kieran B stats without, any benefits of Life Orb or anything. But hey, he Mega Evolves into his Mega Scizor as I just go straight for another Earthquake. I really have no reason not to. And boom, that Mega Scizor is gone. No more issues. No Mega for him. I still have a nice and clean, nice and fresh Mega Garchomp out of the wings. So that's pretty nice. Mega Garchomp to a KO to Scizor. Now, I did have the Fire Blast, but I didn't think he would bring in Scizor, so it's whatever. But anyway, he brings out his Togekiss. I have a pretty good check for that in the form of my specially defensive Zapdos. And it actually takes quite a bit from that Air Slash. I was a little surprised. It did a little bit more than I thought. But, hey, it's a, Togekiss. It's very powerful. He could be Specs. I really didn't know. Or it could be Scarfed. I don't know. But he now goes into his Sylveon, which can probably take my Thunderbolts all day, every day, and whatever. But, I just wanted to be safe. Go straight for a Thunderbolt. And that's going to do a nice chunk of damage to him. It's respectable, especially since I don't have any offensive investment. So, I think if I figure my best course of action is, I have a couple of things that can easily take a Hyper Voice, especially since I know he's the bulky set. I have my Scizor, which is actually a Choice Band Scizor. I have my Gengar, and I have an Assault Vest Azumarill. So, as he goes for the Hyper Voice on my Scizor, it does a very hefty chunk because I don't have special defense investment. But hey, it did a pretty good chunk. I'm not gonna lie. As he now is going to protect, I think he figured I was probably Choice Banded. Now, of course, if I got a Sword Stance here, if I had Sword Stance, I could have wrecked his team. But I don't. I'm a Choice Band, so it's whatever. But I apologize. My gosh, that happened in the last battle too. But I'm just gonna go for the Choice Banded U-turn. He saw I was gonna U-turn, so he stays in, which doesn't bother me in the slightest. But I can now go into my Gengar. I'd rather have Gengar take a hit than Azumarill, because Azumarill can't recover very easily. Can't recover at all, actually. So, at least on this Gengar, I have Black Sludge. So that'll really help me out. Now, I predicted something to come in. And I wasn't sure if he was going to stay in his Sylveon. I wasn't sure. I doubted he was going to go into Entei. I figured Bisharp was his most likely switch. And boom, he goes into the Bisharp. And lo and behold, I carry the Will-O-Wisp. And that is a humongous threat neutered. Yes, sir, I got the burn off on a Bishop with Gengar. Yes! 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 A humongous threat neutered, and that was probably the biggest problem on his team, and I got that neutered, and that is just fantastical. Now, as he goes for the knockoff on my Gengar, I figure he's probably gonna go for the knockoff again. I mean, Disable has definitely become less of a thing on Gengar as of this generation, so I figured he'd just go for another knockoff, because he really has nothing to lose by going for another knockoff. As I just go for Disable, and I disable the knockoff. But, no, he does surprise me. He does end up going for the Iron Head. Unfortunately, Gengar's a frail piece of shit, so I'm just gonna die. But hey, Gengar did work, because I burned Bisharp, and that's what matters to me. So, yes, that is fantastic. But, now I can just go into my Zapdos, and I really can take minimal damage from even a Sucker Punch. I really don't care if he Sucker Punches. I'm just gonna go straight for the Thunderbolt, because I think, I figure at that range it'll die, and it does, so that is awesome, as he dies. And, yes, Zapdos is such a man. Oh, I love it. And yes, Zapdos is my Defogger, so as he now goes into the Sylveon, I figure I have one of two things I can do. I can either stay and just Thunderbolt it pointlessly, or I can switch out and go into my Scizor again, or go into my Azumarill, and I actually decide to go into Azumarill, as he now goes for the Wish, which is pretty nice. I really don't care too much. Now, I figured either one of two things here. He'd Protect, or he would go into Entei, which is why I go for the Waterfall here. Now, I also want to lead him on that I'm choiced. Now, he sees how little that Hyper Voice does to my Azumarill. Azumarill took that like a champ. But, surprisingly to me, the Waterfall actually kills. So I don't know I think he's especially defensive Sylveon. I really do. But, anyway, out comes the Togekiss. I still have my glorious Zapdos. I still don't want to give away that I'm not choiced. But, I mean, I figure he thinks it may be at this point. But, Zapdos is still a cookie-cutter counter to this thing, so as he just goes for another Air Slash, god damn, it does a lot, because, I don't know, I think you want to see he's scarfed in offensive, which is why it's doing a little bit more than I'm anticipating. But, goes for another Air Slash, and since he outsped my Zapdos, I figure he's definitely offensive. And, but he gets a crit there. Luckily, he didn't get the flinch, as I'm able to take out the Togekiss with the Thunderbolt, which is fantastic. And things are looking good here. So, yes, we are ready to rumble and ready to continue on. And, oh, God, it's the Assault Vest Entei. What the hell do I do? Well, I figure I really have no need for Zapdos at this point, because it's the last two, I figure, are the Entei and his Dragonite. But, I go for the Thunderbolt. Does squat to that Entei. Doesn't even kill it from that range, which sucks. As he goes for the Sacred Fire, I do live it, but, you know, it's 50% burn, and it does get the burn, which means that even after leftovers, I will still die to the burn, which is kind of sucky, but hey, doesn't matter to me, as I just die, which is great, and stuff. But, I have another cough, hold on. I should really get water when I'm doing these narrations, but I don't. Now, for some reason, he doesn't go for the extreme speed, but hey, it doesn't bother me. I just go for the Earthquake, knock out the Entei. I figure he's like a max HP and max special, or a max attack Entei, because he was taking those special hits like a champ. I mean, Earthquake didn't even do half to it from a max special attack Heatran. But his last Pokemon is that Dragonite, and I can just go for the Draco Meteor and wipe this thing off the face of the planet with some meteors of my own. So, yes, that was the game. Good game, my friend. And it's pretty fun. I had a lot of fun bluffing the Mega Scizor with my Mega Garchomp. So, I want to say that gave me the match, because he really had nothing for Mega Garchomp, to be fair. I don't even know if he had Dazzling Gleam on Togekiss. He might have, but he never showed it. So, but literally everything struggled with Mega Garchomp except for maybe Sylveon. But hey, it was a good battle, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.